I know you're authentic. I know you're true to yourself, and you keep it 100.
You got to
all
acclimate
that, but it's like
sometimes. We all have
every
to.
now and then,
we all have to assimilate somehow.
like you
at
see
some
these
point.
cats. I see these cats riding around, or you see these cats. If you go, we're at the age now. We don't want to be around a whole bunch of young people. We want to be around a little bit. We want to be around some mature folks.
Sure.
But you'll see some folks that are extra mature, and they're stuck right where they were.
Yeah.
And you see the old player dude with the braids,
First of all,
with the gray braids. He got silver braids.
Braids are one of them styles that, like, when you get older, I remind you, like, you're my man. You got $5, man. Like, yeah, my man. You know what I'm saying? Remember that time? Yeah. You know I am, right? I'm you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I appreciate you, man. I get you arguing. My man, you got $5, man.
Adjustment done.
My man, you got $5. Like, this is one of them styles that just don't lend to, like, being old.
Three things that I just can't compromise on is gray braids,
Right, yeah, definitely.
white braids.
Right.
White people having braids. I can't stand a white person with braids. I
I
hate
tend
it.
to agree with Dave.
I can't do white
I
braids.
don't.
Unless it's a
I'd rather see
female.
a white person
Yeah,
with
Unless
dreads.
it's a female, but
I'd
not
rather
a
see a white
dude.
person with dreads than
Not a
person
dude.
with
A white
braids.
boy with cornrows, I can never
I'd
vibe.
rather see a white person with dreads than a white person with cornrows.
I can't do that either. That's
Oh,
even
no?
worse.
Dreads? Okay.
You dirty ragamuffin. You dirty white ragamuffin. Take a bath and get that mess out your
Well,
head.
see, then they say the same thing about black people,
But
David.
then that's all.
They say the same thing
Well, I
about
feel
black
the
people
same
with
way
dreadlocks.
about them.
You know what I mean?
I feel the
You
same
just
way
a
about
black
them.
guy with dreads. You
No,
think
the
it's
other
dirty?
way, towards white people.
What you mean?
White people with dreadlocks.
Yeah, but he said it's the same way. I mean,
Yeah, it's the same way.
If they're a Rasta head, then
And they're growing their dreads.
got
Yeah,
no
you know what I
dreads.
mean?
You get a haircut and turn your Marley up high,
But
okay?
then
But
you
I
would
don't
say
know.
then you would say that to the black people.
I know that is kind of reverse
That's a
racism.
super double
That is
That's a
reverse
natural
racism,
hairdo.
David. That is reverse
It's a-
racism.
It's a natural.
Nah, come
A
on.
natural for a white person is letting their hair get long, not getting dreadlocks. White people's hair is not supposed to lock. If a white person's hair locks, they need a bath. I'm sorry. White people's hair should not be locking.
People with locks have to be extra hygienic. Anyway,
Black
because
people,
it takes a
absolutely
lot.
right.
Yeah. So
For maintenance.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know cats that are into reggae or Rastafari
Sure.
culture, and that's what they. I mean, you have to. That's if you're a Rasta, you gotta dread up.
I gotta agree with you on that.
I mean,
That's why I said I
mean,
don't mind the braids, because I know the situation, especially with, like you said, the reggae and the religion and the need to grow your dreads. But there's a lot of clean, like you said, you have to. So I've encountered clean, blacks and whites who maintain their dreads. You don't have a odor problem. It's a situation where you do have to stay on top of it. But I don't like braids to your point, though, David. That I don't like. I don't like cornrows.
white guy
I don't like
with
cornrows.
braids, You're
I don't like
trying
cornrows.
too hard.
Yeah, I don't like
You're
cornrows.
trying
I don't
too
like
hard.
cornrows. Like, you see Timberlake with cornrows. It was the worst look ever for him.
Tim?
And you remember
Timberlake?
Justin Timberlake when he had the cornrows?
Oh, yeah,
It
that was the worst.
look.
I'm glad he got rid of that quick.
It was just cornball and whack.
JT
And you
went
looked
through some
so,
evolution.
you looked so
Wiggerish.
extra trying too
Wiggerish.
hard. And it was not you. Your whole look was like,
Wiggerish.
it was just
Yeah, you look very
awful
wiggerish.
look for him.
And we want to welcome those people on Ustream. We're sorry I got the stream going late. We are live right now. This is the Build and Destroy radio program. Live on Ustream. Download the Ustream app. Search Build and Destroy radio and we'll come right up on your screen.
Good time to tell him where we're at, though, David.
Yeah, we're again at
88.1 WPEB, live from the Lemon Drop Lounge. You're listening to the Build and Destroy Radio.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. We just encourage everybody to give us a call at 215-472-0882. That's the Build and Destroy hotline. You can go through social media, drop us a line, like us on Facebook, drop Mark Bennett a line, aka Snoop, drop Ash, aka Derek Azier, a line, or you can get me, David Hanna, aka Patty Duke, on Facebook. Like the show, comment on the show, talk to us. All right. So we just rounding up this conversation about Allen Iverson going into the hall and some residual effects of things that we don't like. But another thing. receding hairline and cornrows and
That's
dreads.
the worst, and that's why
There's
Alan's
nothing
pushing.
worse than
Alan's
seeing a
pushing.
dude with dreads
He's
down to
pushing.
here and then they got a
Oh,
bald
that's
spot,
awful.
right?
That's awful.
Like you're defeating the purpose.
Dreads
of
and
that.
cornrows both.
Dreads,
Just
corn,
not to kind of
yeah,
style, but
or
they
if your
don't lend to
cornrows
that.
start back here,
Awful.
right by your ear,
Awful.
right by your
Awful.
ear,
Awful.
yeah, you pull, yeah, it's
Awful.
terrible.
Awful.
But sometimes it's I feel like they're trapped. Like
They're trapped.
Like, what if you let it go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Alan can let it go, I think, for a low style.
can
Because I
let
think
it
he's
go,
got, you know, he
yeah.
got enough hair to braid. I think
He
you
can let
can
it
go
Alan
for
does.
it. You know, I think
But
you got
Alan's
to go
getting
for the
close.
regular cut.
Because if you look at those photos, one of those things when you start getting older, some people lose their hair in their eyebrows. He's losing the hair in his eyebrows,
Oh.
which is making him look older.
Wow.
And then he's still rocking corn. Like the thing,
Well, your face rounds out to full.
Yeah,
look,
you
and then
get- you
it's
full
almost
out.
like their braids lend.
It
They don't
doesn't
lend to like
match.
you got a
It
fat
doesn't
face.
match.
I don't think braids
Doesn't
lend
match.
to
No,
like
it does not.
a fat face. You
No, it
braids
does
almost like a
not.
lean hairstyle. When you
I'm a
the way your
true,
face
I'm a
looks,
true
you know?
testament. When
Certain
my hair was
hairstyles?
getting wild and locking,
Right, right.
I tried a half a head of Jones. I was like, if you don't get this mess out my head, I will
You learn
DF,
quick,
I
fast,
will
David.
DF crazy.
Right.
You know, someone did that for me. I just wanted to
Yeah.
see how it looked.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm about to rob somebody's liquor
Right.
store. I was like,
Unbelievable.
I just wanted to see, just
Yeah,
for the hell of it.
yeah.
I was like,
Oh, no,
mm-mm.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No, but the thing I can't stand. The main part is, you know, this is Allen Iverson, anybody else. I hate to see people that don't grow. Like a cat you went to school with back in the day.
I say I cringe, man.
Yeah, and then you go to like a reunion or you see him at a party or something. And it's the same cat. Like, dude, you really?
That's how AI is. That's
Yeah.
that's what scares you, man. He just locks himself into that corner. And it always will be unapologetically AI, and that's great. We love him about that. But there has to be just a level of growth as a man.
Mm-hmm.
There are other things that that by your outward appearance you show you've grown as a man. Things like dressing a little bit more conservatively. Maybe your hairstyle changes a little bit more. Just the way you carry yourself. Things like you said, being late and coming with the same nonsense excuse when you're in the Hall of Fame. The biggest pinnacle of your career, the biggest celebration of your life and your career, and you can't honor the weekend by going to a high school or go showing up to the event early because he was late to the jacket.
He was late.
He was late to that. But it was also like, this is new, Dave. I didn't know that he was late to the high school. But that's like, kids who look up to you, but that's part of the weekend.
No, he didn't
honor the
come.
weekend,
He
get
was
up
no
on
show
time,
today.
right. Get up on time or get there ahead of time and honor the weekend. Show some growth. And then you tell me that. It's the same AI, man. It's the same, that's Al.
Like the Sixers.
And it becomes pathetic after
The
this. It's a little bit
Sixers
sad.
basically are handing him like a $200,000-$300,000 a year job. Like if you want it, it's yours. But
He's
he
not
can't.
getting relied upon.
They can't. He can't be relied. They want to give him like a community ambassador kind of thing, like World B. Free had.
Yeah.
He would eat that position up. But no, he won't eat that position up because he can't get up still.
Right.
He still can't be relied upon to be where he says he's gonna be.
Right.
I mean, that's just grown man stuff,
Yeah,
man. Like,
yeah, David.
I'm not a morning person. I am late sometimes.
Absolutely.
But like at a certain point, you have to look in the mirror and say, "This is who I am right now."
Right.
And I gotta do and gotta be certain things and do certain things, just because this is where I am in life. Some people just don't grasp that, man. Like Allen is a classic example, and he is such a contradictory tale. Like for every bad thing you say, he overcame five horrible things.
Right, absolutely.
So
that's why you love him. I mean,
that's why you love him.
His story is such a storybook story. I mean, people, and especially from the city, can look at that and they can champion where he came from and how he rose above that and how they didn't say he'd be in the NBA and it was it was touching to see him talking about John Thompson, giving him a chance when all the other colleges stopped out. That's the things you love about him. But then the things like you said, as soon as he puts the mic down, it's like, are you really the tears on the red? Were they really legitimate, or are you just saying that because you're on the mic at that time? Do you really give an F? Do you really care enough? You know what I mean?
The analogy is funny. It's like you have some friends that are on social media and everything is like an inspirational quote.
Right.
And it's like, I thank God for waking me up today.
Right.
Cherish
the
day.
day.
And like, like my man, like you touch my heart. Then you call me and be like, man, MF this, man. And you be like, yo, dude, like I just followed you for 8 straight weeks and you were all like,
that's why Facebook is so.
I know, it's so
that's why Facebook and social media can be so fugazi.
It's the world of Oz.
So fugazi.
You look behind the curtain. That's really. Like y'all chiming, that's why I need to be on more for the sake of our brand,
So,
and that's
so
what it's
do
do. But
Jay-Z.
I really don't.
Tim.
I just find it trite to be
It
on
may-
there
it-
all the time.
Right, it makes
For
me
me.
check out. Like sometimes I was saying this summer,
Yeah.
and like friends of mine were asking me, did I see this on Facebook? I was like, nah, man, I ain't see nothing. I was like, matter of fact, I ain't been on Facebook a couple weeks
I'm not on it.
because I don't want to hear what nobody's doing spectacular. I don't want to see where anybody's been. I was like, every little stuff I've been around my house, I've been in the city. I don't care to hear what you're doing because you're not that fabulous, first of all. And if I keep going on this binge, I'm going to sound like a hater, but I'm not really a hater. I just don't feel like indulging in your whack life that you put espoused to be so
Exactly.
great.
The extra positivity and great things. That's why I
Yeah.
go on occasion, because when I say, hey,
Right.
it'd be nice to check in and hear some good news.
Exactly.
So I check in, and always the first thing, to all God be praised. My uncle stepped out of the hospital today with, after having, two broken vertebrae, and he can get back to his job and his family. It's like, that's great. And the positivity is great, David. But like you said, as soon as it's like the first thing you log on, that story is just amazing. You don't even see something just saying, oh man, great game this and that. You see somebody espousing how fantastic their life is, which is fine, but that's why I was always the kind of person to go on occasion.
What kills me is you get the people that pull the big quotes down and put it in the special font and all that stuff. Sun rose today. Big things to do. Let's get it.
Right.
Such and such and such.
Right.
Let's do this. And stupid, it doesn't even get to the point where you talk to them and I followed you for 8 weeks. You get to the bottom and you see who it is. Like, oh man, I know you're whack. Like, get the hell, unfollow. I'm not. You're all of a sudden you're this. Late night motivational speaker.
Right.
Like, who died and made you Richard Simmons? Like, get the F out of here with that.
I hate the ones that are like, if you're truly my friend, pass around and I'll see say 3 things about me to show we've been friends. You're truly my friend. You'll forward on. I don't have time for that, dude. The chain ones, I can't stand those. Say 3 things about me and pass it on. If you truly, this will show me who my true friends are. Dude, really, we've been friends for 20 years. I don't need to put a Facebook post to say how close we've been friends. Let it go, man.
And who's inviting me to play Monster Cake Balls? I don't want to play no Monster Cake Balls with you. What the hell is Monster Cake Balls? What is that?
Well, I think you guys need to craft your.
We need new friends.
Not new friends,
but change the settings.
You can, because I agree with everything that you said.
Right.
And for everything that you said, there's an opposite too. There is, one thing that kind of irked me was the back to school. Everybody
The
put
back
a
to
picture
school
of
photos.
their kid up.
And it's cool. Some people I want to see. Some people I don't give too
I
freaks
really
about.
don't care. You're going back to school, like it's
It happens.
what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, like I told,
Everybody's kid is adorable. We get it. But is it any worse than somebody putting their plate of dinner on? I hate that even more.
Oh, man.
I don't want to see your
Fresh
plate of
kale
asparagus.
and all that.
Like somebody put a peanut butter jelly. Like really, you put a peanut butter jelly, you garnished it with with 1 sprig of spinach. Like, come on, man.
But that's what I feel.
That's
what
lasagna. Anybody can make
I
lasagna.
feel almost like it's an obligation to go on occasionally and give some people a little bit of light and say I like.
Yeah,
I do
some
it
people.
one day and I back up, but I mean you can scroll down the whole course of the day and it's a million people, like you said, David. They always put something out. I give you a little bit credit. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade because for you that was special. So if we're considered friends, I will say great or like it and keep it moving. But the daily weigh-ins and daily check-ins, it becomes I don't need
it gets
it.
to be a bit much when you start.
I like real life.
When you
I like
flood the
real
box.
life and friends who I can call.
Yeah, I got a
text.
life to live.
I like real life.
Yeah, I like
what
people to
mean?
call
If I
me,
find
people
something,
to
I need to put
direct
something
message
important
me.
on there, I will do it.
Right.
And an occasional shot of a good platter, like you go to get some potato greens there,
Exactly.
it's John Blaze.
Sometimes.
Yo, this is hot. People
A
want to see that.
recommendation.
People want to
I
see
like
that. Yo, a
recommendations.
great, beautiful plate of potato greens, David. You should put that on, but not
do that.
every meal.
I
I
do.
prepared spaghetti today. Look
Yeah,
at this.
every
It's
meal.
not necessary, man. It's really not.
Now that whole thing has taken on another life for us because of the positions and the titles that we hold now.
Sure.
So social media, I find myself being on it more just to track and follow people.
Yeah, that's what you
so
guys
that
do
so when
right,
so when we
David. You're
jump
right.
in with
You're
our
right. You're right.
offerings and things that we're fresh on the scene and we seem more authentic.
Yeah.
Because if you don't participate and act in it. You just try and
Yeah,
jump
really,
in.
yeah, really, right.
You come off fugazi.
Absolutely.
You come off kind of
Like
fugazi.
we want the world to come to us, but we don't want to come to the
Hey,
world.
there you go.
Yeah, tune in to Build and Destroy Radio, but at the end of the day, like, you know,
But you couldn't like
we
me
don't
when I
want your
had my
support, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you
You
can't
can't
like
support,
me.
right?
Oh, nigga, you
Yeah,
couldn't like me
exactly.
when
It's
I
the
was
same.
yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
give and take. So
Yeah.
shout out to all of our Facebook friends.
Yeah, with that being said, we love everybody on Facebook. And look real soon.
And we're not talking about you.
We're not talking about you,
We're not talking
you, or
about
you.
right?
But make sure you like us when we send our shout outs for 3 times dope movement for Build and Destroy Radio.
Please check that day. That'd be a good day to check.
Like. Just like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Your hand is raised, Mark.
I'd like to say something if I may.
Yes.
You know, all of these things, like I said, or was saying, you guys have excellent points, and I agree with you. The way people are friends now is different. People are friends through social media. There's a friend that we both, all 3 of us went to school with, that I don't talk to, but they are on my social media, and they do post things, and they do say things. Some things are irrelevant. Some things are relevant. And outside of that, I would not know, I would not have that camaraderie. So when I do talk to them or do see them, I kind of have a little bit of a bearing of where their life is. And it's one thing that I talk about in my house a lot is not being left behind. I work with some older people, and they're like so against everything that's new.
They don't embrace anything.
Anything. I mean, I have people that don't know how to use a computer.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And it's like, and I remember refuse to learn, and it's like, I guess it's past them, and they're just like,
I was going to say, refusal comes from it getting too far past you.
It can get too far past you, like a math class. If you miss addition and subtraction, you're never gonna get multiplication and division.
Yeah,
you're gonna be going.
That train will be going.
And it's like you almost have to like fight to stay engaged, because this thing will pass you. It's
especially
further,
as you get older.
Yeah, and it's further than us. I remember when Mac cards came out, and some of my older relatives saying, "No, I got to go in the bank and get my money," because that's what they knew.
You used to handle their money.
Yeah, and you know, for us, we're like, look, call me, text me, but that's what we do. But my son is like, I'm Snapchatting.
Yeah, they don't even
I'm
talk.
done, like, it's like, yeah,
Their face stays in the phone.
Exactly.
Like my son at the house, my older stepson, all he does, literally from the minute he wakes up, like it'll be dark and I'm bumping into walls to get to the bathroom, and I see this blue glow at 6:45, 7 o'clock. He's Snapchatting and sliding and he looked like the earbuds are gonna grow out of his ear and become part of an appendage.
My son too.
Yo,
but I think with us, to your point, I agree with you 100%. Because I don't want to come across like I'm poo-pooing social media. I love it. I think it's a great thing. But I feel happy, but I feel good that I'm somewhere in the middle of those people that you talk about, because I'm always, and this is the way I was raised, going to be a traditionalist. I believe in contact and talking to people and calling relatives and things like that. But I also enjoy texting, and I also enjoy Facebook, and I also want to enjoy Twitter and Instagram. There's a time and place for everything, but I'm going to lean more always to the it's good for me. I like to get on every now on Facebook because it's exciting to me when I check in once every 3 weeks. I enjoy it. But if I'm on every day, man, that's what I can't work with.
What we tell you, Derek,
that's what I can't work with.
And that's the thing, we chided you this
earlier. And that's what I just said.
You have to get past
absolutely.
that.
I can't.
That's what we talking about.
Because of, like you said, the position that we're in and where we're at, and our presence on as radio hosts is something you got to get with. So I'm fully on board with that. You guys are gonna tell me twice. I'm gonna now change that. I'm gonna now change that.
Like I consider myself pretty tech savvy, but I know this stuff is built for that generation. So I went to my teenagers and was like, look, I want to move this around a little better. How do I do it? I went to the experts. Right. When you're not gonna know everything, and the best part of being someone in the know is knowing when to ask what. You know what I mean? So I found myself going to them because it's built for them. And the thing about this technology, the technology is newer and newer, yet we get older. So there gets to be a gap, and we have to fight to stay up with this stuff as we get older. You know what I mean? Let's just be real. You know, that's what it is. Why these kids, it's in their DNA. I remember my 7-year-old, he was home for like a month or so, and he knew how to operate a mouse and hit the keyboard and stuff. He'd never seen a computer, but yet he was born around it. He's seen it from the isola, from the NICU unit. So when he got, you know, and my older kids in the house were watching him and stuff and playing with him, he levitated straight towards a laptop and found his way and knew how to move the mouse and was watching the mouse move around. I was like, that is some amazing ish right there. That he could pick it up just like that. That just goes to show you. It's in their DNA. They're built for this. You know what I mean? So
You can sum it all over one phrase. Get down or lay down.
get down and lay down.
You know,
How about it?
Get down or lay
How
down.
about
You know,
it?
get down with this.
Steve Jobs standing with some Alpinas on
You go.
and a Desert Eagle. You don't want you don't want to know. You don't want to know
with this apple.
Yeah,
You gonna rob
yeah.
with this apple.
You
You
gonna-
gonna take this apple.
Yeah, you're gonna learn these URLs. You gotta get with these URLs on social media. You're
Absolutely.
gonna lay down. Hashtag bust your ass. How about that?
Actually, I mean, I don't know. I find it somewhat refreshing. I think I built not my profile, but my content that comes through. I have a lot of Cowboys things that come through. I have a lot of hip hop stuff that comes through. I have my stream of what's coming in, and then I have my friends, and then there are friends that the one thing that's amazing is like these things are scary in the fact of how much they recognize who you are and what you want to see and what you don't want to see.
Isn't it amazing? If
It's
you jump
scary.
on one, it is scary.
Scary.
It is, Mark. It
Because
is.
the machine is real. The Matrix is real.
Look,
And
I
it's
got conspiracy theorist
So, well,
friends.
you know what? When y'all talking about, I'm sorry. One thing you talked about when you were saying when y'all were with Johnny and y'all had walked by that store and he happened to mention that new Hove album and y'all walked past the store. Next, you know, Hove $11.99. Like you walking past the store, you might text somebody or make a conversation about Jay-Z, blah blah blah. Next, you know, you walking past the store, Jay-Z's album $11.99. Like the technology is so crazy, like you can't get away from that.
If you take one peep in
You
something,
can't get away from
if
it.
you take
Exactly.
one peep,
Yep.
you go to your next time, check the social media. You know, it's coming up on a banner.
Yeah.
Like if
Scary,
there's a
man.
graphic of a
Scary.
computer screen, there's a thing coming up with the computer.
Scary.
You're like, yo, I looked at that pair of
Scary.
shoes like one time.
Right.
And like I was
Next
going
thing
to
you know,
I-
David, this is Buckle. We 25%
Yes.
off.
If you like
know what your
this,
first name?
you
David.
love
Well, how'd you get my name, son?
No.
Crazy, man.
Or how about the thing? Welcome to Rhapsody, whatever. We created a video for you.
Right.
I'm like, where'd you get my pictures from? David knows Mark.
Right.
Mark is good friends with Derek. They've all been friends. You're looking around like, watching me. You know I should have carried
It's
that.
scary, yo.
That
It's
webcam
scary.
should have
It's
taken
very
that
scary, yo.
webcam lens up.
Very
Like,
scary, man. Very
Yo,
scary.
man, look. But like I said, I got a few, more than a few, like conspiracy theorist friends, and they don't create anything. Like they're very up on the technology, but because they're so up on the technology, they're very minimalist on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, because they don't want digital imprint. That they try to make a small as digital imprint as they can. I was
Digital
like, dude.
footprint.
I said, look, my dude. If they want to get at you,
Yeah.
they're gonna get at you. Big Brother's watching, so I mean, come on. So with that being said, put your first greatest pictures up if you want to. Don't it's
But you know what I say to all the conspiracy theory people? Like, dude, are you running guns to Kuwait or something?
Exactly.
Like, what is it that you're doing that
Exactly.
you don't want to have this
Exactly.
digital footprint about?
And last
Like,
I
if
checked,
you're-
your check was just a little bigger than mine. So
Yeah.
ain't nobody taking our millions anytime soon. So
If you're involved in something that you don't want to be tracked down, then of course you don't do that. I wouldn't expect, someone from the cartel to be like, ha ha, new shipment of kilos in the day, like,
Juan man,
About
well
to make
chilling.
this run down North Cackalack with all these keys or with a trunk like
But if
about
you
to push it to North Cackalack.
Juan Manuel has created a video. Would you like to do it?
if you in food services at Heinemann,
Right.
you like, oh, what no, just they trying to track me down, son. Oh, really?
But there's always
Make
gonna be
sure-
somebody like that.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
You know
like,
what I
come
mean?
on, dude. Like.
Now listen, you say all that, but this past week, anybody had a Wells Fargo account?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
no.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Did you find any unusual charges on your account or anything? Did you examine your account thoroughly?
I didn't know.
Okay, because as you know, Wells Fargo, the feds came down on Wells Fargo hard when it was revealed that they were doing some erroneous practices with a number of their account holders under the pressure to generate unrealistic sales goals with their customer base.
Right.
So what they were doing was taking some account members and putting erroneous charges and services on their accounts that they didn't ask for in an effort to show more sales on paper because of the unrealistic sales goals that were set up for their account execs. So the feds hit them hard. Well, not really that hard, not for a company like Wells Fargo,
Right.
but the word is out. So I don't know how much that's going to affect them business-wise. Somehow I think they'll survive. But it just goes to show you that these conspiracy theorists and stuff, the stuff is out here.
But what makes that particularly interesting, Dave, just to chime in real quick, let you get back to what you were saying. And my wife had brought this up. It'd be one thing, it was like a Center City office or 2 offices. It was thousands.
Oh, yeah, across the
So
country.
the climate was there. This was a climate of fraudulence that
Yeah.
was permeating through a number of
company.
offices
That's
through the
scary.
company.
That's
So
scary.
it wasn't a few rogue supervisors saying, "Look, whisper to somebody, but get these extra accounts." It was a number of offices, thousands of employees who they didn't just get this on their own.
It was
It's
more
like side.
standard. It was more standard than it
Absolutely,
know.
and again, exactly. That's why the big boy
And you
funds.
talk
That's
about,
scary. though,
listen, you
man.
talk about scary. 2 things that'll scare the living bejesus out of you. If they F with your money,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
if they F with your health.
Yeah.
You know, one of those 2, either of those 2 things will make you sound the alarm. You know what I mean? And they were
Absolutely.
messing with people's money.
Yeah.
In a very serious
Yeah,
way.
man. Yeah.
You know, because if I got, I just had a situation when I was shorted on my check.
Right.
And I cried to high heaven. Imagine these people, they were messing with big account holders. So the money that we're talking is major key.
For
Major
those
key
of
of
us
it.
like me who live and die by the debit card, I imagine then you get shut down. And then USAA sent in my new card says you have to use this chip. You
How
gotta
about me
use it.
too?
You can't even swipe no more.
Me too.
You gotta use this chip.
Yep.
I don't. That's forced convalescence there. You have to use the chip. I'm like, I can't swipe. No. You gotta do the chip reader now. So USAA sent me a card saying you gotta get rid of your old card. This is the only card you and your wife can use. They sent it for my credit card and for my debit card.
They ain't
You
asked
gotta-
you,
They
they
asked.
asked.
Oh no, it was no ask. And now
They
you
told
want to try
you
to
to.
swipe. The merchant say no. You have to use the chip reader. I'm like, wow.
Who's
It's
you
like,
gonna ask? Who's
yes.
you gonna ask, Mark? Yeah.
It's a lot of talk about the chips and the swipe. It's like, what is the big?
I'll
What
tell
is it?
I'll tell you what it is. And I read about this. This all came about not this past summer, the summer before, in the spring and fall before last year, when they had those huge data dumps and security breaches of all these companies. Like when Target got hit,
Yes.
and when Walmart got hit.
Right.
I think Home Depot got hit.
I got hit with that.
These were the doings of covert operations overseas in Europe. They got these hacker crews, which is a byproduct of like the European mafia, the Russian mob, things like that. Their new source of income is huge data breaches, stealing your information for their profit.
Right.
So, and chips, the U.S. in typical fashion is behind overseas. Overseas went to the chip because of this years ago. Like more than, I want to say almost 10 years ago before us, 5 to 10 years before us. And, us being the big bad U.S. and thinking nothing touches us.
Right.
We got touched last year.
Okay.
Like I said, when Target got hit, when Lowe's got hit, when Walmart got hit, those were hundreds in the thousands, close to millions of customers who had their information breached. So to avoid that, the U.S. jumped on the chip system, like I said, which had been in Europe for a while, which is a more secure system that makes it's another level of security that makes it that much harder to hack into.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But it's, like I said, that U.S. arrogance, the same reason why we're still using inches and yards, and everybody else uses centimeters and millimeters.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we try and teach the school the kids like, inches.
Right.
You know, so it's that same U.S. arrogance, man.
Right.
So that's why the chips are in place for security purposes.
That's a good explanation because I'm
That's
like,
it.
why do I have to use the chip when I can swipe? Like,
Yep.
like, what is the big push? But
That's
that
it.
helps.
And I don't know about you, but I just hate that sound. That
Because it sounds like a
Boy, that
decline.
sound
It
is
sounds like a
crazy.
decline.
Yeah, I
It's
hate
like,
that
I
sound.
can't stand it. I look away already because it's a roll of the dice when I got the money.
Exactly.
So I'm putting that joint. I'm in that. And it's like,
Yes.
you think you decline
Yes.
every time and it's saying
Yes.
it moves? I don't.
Yes.
I,
It's a dice roll to begin with. It's a dice
It's a
roll
dice
to
roll
begin
to
with.
scare me. I
Come
don't like that.
Come
Come
on.
on, 20.
I'm trying to get these 2 tombstone pieces.
Absolutely.
And
I
this
don't
clearance
like that.
tank top from Target.
That's not a positive sound for the approval.
No.
It's not an approval.
No,
You're
it is
absolutely
not.
right, dude. You're
No, it
absolutely
is
right.
not.
I don't like that.
That sound is
I don't like it. I don't
worst.
like it.
That sound is the worst.
Chip
So-
readers. Well, yeah, I'm all right.
Chip.
I can speak all day about that whole, all that chip readers and all that kind of nonsense.
So feel safer.
You know, I'm the resident conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, feel safe. Let me tell you something. Y'all don't watch Mr. Robot, because if you watch Mr. Robot, you will be closing your blinds at night.
Right.
You will be taping up every webcam and the cam portal that you have.
Right.
You will be like putting pieces of foil in your wallet. Yo, Mr. Robot will have you noisy.
Wow.
You talk about conspiracy theory. You're like, my goodness,
Yeah.
what they can do today.
Okay.
Yo, why don't we take this time to take a quick look?
Yeah, absolutely.
Derek, give me my idea again, man.
88.1 WPEB, Build and Destroy Radio. You're listening live to David, Mark, and Derek. Live from the Lemon Drop Round in scenic West Philadelphia, Southwest Philadelphia. Live on your Ustream and YouTube networks. This is Build and Destroy Radio.
We'll be right back.
Dude, you're doing exactly what we talked about.
Huh?
You're doing exactly what we talked about.
What?
Talking over.
Nah.
Okay. So when you watch
You
the
know,
tape,
he said he wants to make a he says we need to be more conscientious of talking over each other.
Okay.
you just killed like 8 joints. I was saying, you just jump right in. Wait till you see the tape.
If I did, I'm
That's
sorry.
why I raised my hand. Like I was just like, I can't.
Yeah.
And then you gotta turn him down when he gets hyped. You know what I'm saying? We just
Was he
talked
too loud
about-
too?
Just when he just was about the card, he was animated, and it was loud. You gotta maneuver that joint,
Okay.
and it just went over.
Okay.
Well, we with our
No, but
professional mics.
yeah, exactly. No, but last
Oh
night
my God.
I had got feedback.
Right.
Some people,
Oh.
it was like, yo, y'all keep talking over each other. It was like, y'all joining is dope, y'all talking over
That's
each
it,
other.
that's it.
And they was like, I don't know who the guy is, but he's really loud.
Who the guy is.
Who's the guy? Who's that guy? Okay. So watch that, Snoop.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I mean,
I got
it
you.
just like killed like 2 joints. I was
I'm
trying
sorry,
to
I'm
spit,
sorry.
like,
I
he was like, yeah, but.
Which
like,
one? Tell me which. Where was it? Which
I
one?
just, right, but you check it out right before the break, y'all.
It's so damn hot in here tonight.
It's hot.
I don't believe it, son. They said it was gonna get hotter at night than it will, and the air's not on either.
I cut it. Y'all never cut it on. I always come in and cut it on. Yeah, I cut it
Oh
on.
God, this is like Antarctica out here. Whew.
You ain't having a fan, really.
Hmm?
Nah, I think you.
Nah, I'm just hot as shit. I'm usually not this hot when I'm in. I'm like visibly sweating this week. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm still getting the impurities out of me. I don't know. It's your fault.
What I do?
Mark the radio. He said I'm stopping on his lead.
No, I gotta watch myself too. I mean, it's just all of us. It's really, really.
Yeah, no, it's a natural
You just
thing.
yeah. But
I
I
mean,
respect when I hear you say I'm
yeah,
trying to
at
shut
certain
the F
times
up.
it's something you have
Yeah.
something that you passionate, but it's like we're on the radio, so
Mm-hmm.
we gotta be courteous to the listener and not make them be like they just you know what I mean? Yeah.
You know the one time, like, I listen, watch the shows every week, and we're pretty good with it every week. You know, the one
so
joint
too. I think
that
we
was
are
totally
too.
inaudible.
Which one? The one we had everybody here? Oh, that was
Totally inaudible.
That was like we
And
must
then-
have been in the tin
And you
can.
mixed in fire water with it too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
we
straight
must have been
tin
in the tin
can.
can. That was
Oh, it was
outrage.
inaudible.
That was an outrage.
Red cup.
That was bad, God.
Red cup edition.
So we gonna do Red Cup at which one we gonna do Red Cup at this year? Here again or?
I'd be better at Breaking Bad. We getting a whole flow. Especially if you're bored.
Exactly.
He was drinking red stripes and stuff.
Was he?
Like,
No, you said Breaking Bad or
Big Bad.
Big
I mean, yeah, Big Bad.
Breaking
Yeah, Big
Bad.
Bad. Yeah, Big
Just
Bad.
because you look like him when
He
you
pulled up. He said, "Yo, y'all want a red stripe?" I said, "Nah." But then I said, "Yeah, like immediately."
Yeah,
What's wrong with you?
I wanted a red stripe.
Well, I didn't want one
thinking
on
about
the
drinking.
air, like.
I take one of the
Yeah, he was drinking on the air, but it's nice like that.
Cause like, I don't know, man. You have a wide order. Like, I don't want to be sitting on a camera with a brew. Like,
Shit.
Right,
You see
right.
them? They be on Power 105, all kind of Henny and effing vodka. in the
Yeah, the
background.
box. That's true. Yeah.
Empty Henny bottle. They got Sam vibe.
yeah, it's around, but they're not sitting in there drinking.
The hell they not? I seen them pour a couple
Really?
before.
Oh,
Yeah.
they aren't sipping.
Most people pass, but who they have when they was stripping? Hold on, this is probably Barry looking for his number. WPEB.
Yes, this is Uncle Barry calling. I'm on my way for the pickup.
Barry, don't come by for this pickup. I ain't got no money for you tonight.
Oh, we got to, because I go to Washington tomorrow morning, and I took my money and gave it to them.
Barry, I have it for you Saturday. Me and Derek are coming Saturday night. We'll have it for you
We'll
then.
absolutely have it Saturday.
No, I need my money for tomorrow. I'm leaving at 5 in the morning for Washington, D.C.
Oh, good Lord Jesus, Barry. I don't have any money. I swear to God, I'm not going to have it until like Thursday.
Oh, well, see,
I apologize. We're coming Saturday.
showing everything. No, this is bad, because I have to go to Washington
We did
without
blow the
anything.
sale, though.
Barry, you did kind of strong arm us for the sale. Let's be real about it. You held us up at gunpoint and gave us tickets. You stuffed tickets down our throat. You can't stuff tickets down our throat and then expect the money when you want it. What's happening? Barry, you there?
Yeah.
Now
I have it Saturday.
we will have it when we come through Saturday.
Absolutely, without question.
That ain't doing me no fucking good for tomorrow.
Don't be mad at us, Barry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not know you were coming by for it tonight.
On this radio, you can't curse.
He ain't gonna.
No, we're not.
We not.
Yeah, you on there.
If he ain't-
Come on.
Bang,
Bang,
He passed. That
Damn,
ain't right, though.
we did get strong on
I know, we got strong.
There's tickets in hand.
He pissed.
It was not even a, yo, I'm going to see about it if I could go.
Yeah, he was
It
like, here's
you,
2 for
yeah, I
you,
need
2
$20.
for you. Yeah.
1, 2, 3 for me.
He didn't say, did he say he was coming this
I didn't know it was coming
I
today.
didn't know he was coming today.
Yeah, I thought it was like we would see him at the event and pay it back.
Exactly, that's what I thought too.
It be like this.
I got his money Saturday.
Yeah, it do, but I mean,
I feel
I
him,
give
but
him. I give him.
So what y'all got going on here? What's this?
Oh, it's,
You play music over here?
yeah.
Okay.
you going to the corner?
You want to do Serato now?
Yeah, I got you right.
Check it.
Yeah.
I got Serato too.
This
but
virtual.
This virtual.
Virtual DJ.
Serato.
I always fuck with Serato. I never fuck with virtual DJ. I fuck with
Virtual's actually bad. Honestly, can be a little better than Serato if you link it up to your drum.
More
They got
direct.
more
For me,
features. They got more
Serato's better.
features. They got more features though.
Yeah, but Serato is like I don't know. I've always been Serato.
No, once you get on it, you gonna be stuck.
Once I crossed over to Serato from CDs,
Yeah.
because I went from vinyl to CDs to Serato. And once I went on Serato, it was a wrap.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
All right, we get out. We're going to go back on the air real quick.
I'm ready to.
Fuck y'all.
Build and Destroy Radio, 88.1 WPEB. We are back on the air. And we are approaching a corner
Yes, sir.
Derek's Corner. He has triumphantly returned.
Been a while for
The
the
claim
corner.
what is his.
I had to sweep the front stoops and
Mm-hmm.
wash all the sugar water down and the water ices that melt on my front stoop.
Mm-hmm.
Back on the corner, Gov.
What you got?
We have the Walter E. Brandon Sickle Cell 5K Walk Run, 19th annual Walter E. Brandon Sickle Cell 5K Walk Run, sponsored by the Sickle Cell Disease Association of America, Philadelphia, Delaware Valley Chapter, and AFSCME District Council 33 will be held on Saturday, September 24th at 7 a.m. to 12 noon in Fairmount Park at Belmont Avenue and North Concourse Drive. The walk run is a rain or shine event. Online registration for individuals and teams is available at www.firstgiving.com/sicklecellphiladelphia or at www.sicklecelldisorder.com. And we also have the Septic Key Photo ID event. State Reps Vanessa Lowry Brown, Joanna McClinton, and Linwood Savage will co-host an event for older residents of West Philadelphia to obtain their Septic Key Photo ID cards. Septic Key is the modern fair payment and collection system being unveiled by the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, SEPTA. The event will be Monday, September 26th from 9 a.m. to 12 noon at West Philadelphia Senior Community Center, 1016 26 North 41st Street. For more information, you can contact Vanessa Lowry Brown at 215-879-6615, Joanna McClinton at 215-748-6712, and Linwood Savage at 215-879-6625. Again, the Septic Key Photo ID event in preparation of the keyless SEPTA breakout on Monday, September 26th.
Okay. All right.
We have a call?
We have a caller. Derek, you want to
Yeah,
check
absolutely.
that out? All right. So, again, we're back on the air. Build and Destroy Radio. Relax your mind. Be set free.
Build and Destroy.
I'm going to check who this
Barry?
caller is real quick.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir? All right. What's up? Do we need to put you live on the air? Okay. All right. Absolutely.
Electric relaxation.
Electric relaxation. Yes.
Absolutely.
Suit your impressions
Yes,
of
sir.
a Tribe Called Quest
Okay.
relaxation. Electric
Okay.
relaxation.
Absolutely.
It's very relaxing. In an electric kind of way.
Hey, bro, I'll tap Mac. If you got to you coming by, I'll give you mine.
You are so deep with
if it comes,
And I will not cut you off at all.
If it comes out studio, I'll make sure I have it. I didn't know you were coming today, but I'll take care of that.
I am too.
Hot versus.
Okay.
High verses.
Got it.
Contracts.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, we're gonna hold
Okay.
it for a moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I'll take care of
let
that,
the
man.
audience listen.
I'll tap Mac up and I'll take care of that, man. If he
Listen
comes
to
by, I definitely got you.
tunes.
Okay. It's 8:30. Yes.
We apologize for our listeners.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
We're trying to
Take
straighten
care of some
something.
station business.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry
behind
about
it.
that, guys. My apologies.
All right.
Sorry.
And we're back. Okay. We got all three members back. Handled that station business real
Yes, sir.
quick.
Yes, sir.
Administrative.
Administrative.
Trade affairs. Yes.
Administrative affairs do take precedence sometimes, I suppose. And fellas,
Governor Marker.
Indeed, as I proceed.
all three of you are fashion mavens,
Mm-hmm.
stalwarts in the industry,
Absolutely.
champions of your domain and the various
Right.
drippings that you
Eclectic
bestow upon
style
yourselves.
displays.
Yes, exactly.
Love you, brother's sense of fashion.
We appreciate that. I appreciate that. Some people did not appreciate Kanye West's appreciation of fashion last week as he kicked off Fashion Week up in New York City for fall 2017. Kanye rolled out his Yeezy Season 4 runway show. Again, to kick off New York Fashion Week. And it did not get such great reviews. The show, which took place outdoors on New York City's Roosevelt Island, was beautifully concepted. It offered the perfect view of Manhattan in a serene, grassy setting. Not your typical New York Fashion Week show or setup. But what Kanye didn't take into effect was that those who attended the show had a lot of opinions, many of them negative. They cited the long bus commute to Roosevelt Island, a long line to get in, and a long wait in the hot late summer sun for the show to begin. The Sun claimed several victims, mostly those in the show, of two of the already wafy-like models donning Kanye's wares as they passed out during the show.
Yeah.
You think Kanye explained that, or they just moved over? They stepped
He
over
stepped right
the
over.
models' carcasses and kept the show
Kept it
moving?
moving.
Ooh, the ugly side of fashion. Man.
Rip the runway.
Yeah. New meaning to rip the runway. There are also reports of the models' boots and heels breaking. Who would think, with all the money that Kanye has, that he would go to Pickham's or New York and Company for their shoes, for the Yeezy season?
Rainbow.
You know? So, and one model even fainted. So this was not easily thought out. All these millions of dollars put into the show, you know, all the things, the conceptualization and everything.
Yeah.
He didn't think to have it on a cooler day and possibly provide some shade for the people watching the show.
Yeah.
So Kanye responded in typical Kanye fashion. He gave a celebrity-only, invite-only concert for designers and fashion heads, you know, Illuminati of the fashion world. And he tried to stay calm, but halfway through his set, he stopped the set and basically gave the middle finger to anyone who criticized his show. And he went on to explain himself in about a 35-minute tirade. And he said,
Wait, why did he stop the show again, Dave? Because he was performing?
Yeah, he was performing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he gave a set for like an insider invite only,
Yeah.
you know, set like the night after the show.
So something just had him fly off in it. Somebody said something or something pissed him away. He said, "Oh, whoa."
Well,
And then went on
the
his-
reviews of the show had come back of his fashion show,
Right.
and a lot of them were not favorable. They're basically going hard and saying on him. He didn't appreciate it, and he went off on him. His rebuttal was, you know, typical Kanye.
Absolutely.
Hold up, fam.
Right.
You know, like, and he, you know, he gave it to him both barrels.
yeah.
So, you know, you decide. You guys check it out. I checked out a few of the pieces. You know, Kanye stuff doesn't move me like outside the fact that I realize that I can go to H&M or somewhere and get the same stuff for like half the price.
Right.
It might not be the quality. It might not be the Egyptian cotton or whatever he uses in it, but it achieves the same goal.
Yeah,
It looks hip and it looks whatever.
You know, it looks like you're the chic homeless.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Cheeky homeless hoodies.
I'm homeless, but I'm still coming in the club.
Exactly.
Still gonna come in. And, you know,
homeless.
Yeah. To me,
but I'm still going out tonight.
look,
It's still a Friday night. The weather's nice.
right. I mean, to me, it looks like him and Kim were watching football one night, and they did a close-up of Bill Belichick with his ripped sweatshirt. He's like, you know what? I think that would be hot. And he took a sketchbook out and started using, you know, different versions of what Bill Belichick wears every Sunday. And he made it high fashion, basically. I'm not gonna knock his hustle. I do like the Yeezy sneaks.
Sneakers have been a hit since day one.
Would you rock them, Snoop?
I would. I'm not in a rush to get any. But I appreciate them for what they are.
You'll take
I've seen them I've seen them laid properly.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, they're on top.
Right.
But it's, you know, it's not my lane per se.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are they expensive? What do they cost?
Yeah.
They're not as expensive. I think they're like 200,
Yeah.
2 and change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a good piece for
It's a good grip,
sneakers. you
Okay.
know.
but not out the realm of what sneakers cost today. If you want a high end.
Yeah. I mean,
LeBron's, Kevin Durant's.
Mm-hmm. Durant's, Jordans, you know.
Sure.
right.
Also hear that Kanye is in talks with was it Walmart or somewhere to create a $25 sneaker,
Oh yeah.
a Yeezy line of $20 sneaks or something like that, $15 to $20 sneaks.
Okay.
I don't think that ever works, man.
Going the
I don't think it ever works. The Starberry.
Going the Steve Francis leg, yeah, man. I was
and
gonna say. Shaq
the
Shaq
Shaq
fitted,
joints,
tried
like,
it.
it just don't work.
Can I tell you one thing about that, Snoop? Tell the millions of people that Stephon Marbury puts his sneakers on in China. His sneakers are huge in China. He premiered his sneakers. I'm glad you brought that up because I did want to touch on this. he premiered his sneakers to go along with the Stephon Marbury Museum that is in China. The lines were down the street in Beijing as he premiered the Starbury 4 sneaker, which features LED lighting in the sole of the shoe that you control with an app. I was like, that's hella creative. And I guarantee you, Mark, I guarantee you, Derek, that you will see a high-end sneak bite that technology and utilize it somehow.
I saw a kid with little item sneaks here in the city. I don't know what kind of sneaks they were. What kind?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't
That's
look
actually
with the wavy sole. They were wavy sole.
Looks like the sole was lit up, but they were. I mean, it looked fly. It had a nice pop to it or whatever.
But to be able to control it with an app is out the window. I was like, yo, that's crazy creative right there.
I mean, I won't do that, but that's dope.
Yeah. And China's all about innovation and high technology. You know,
and that's true. And you could probably take it overseas somewhere. But in the inner city, being an urban kid, those shoes are marketed at $25. They're not going to hold. You're basically considered wearing a Bobo. When you have on Jordans, you have on Durant's, you have on Kyrie's, and I got this $25 Starburys on. It's not going to fly in the inner city.
Well, you know what? We're going to see, because he's planning to relaunch the Starbury line in the U.S. in the coming months. So we're going to see. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach that.
If they approach it with, I think, with that popular, because the sneakers that I've seen, they're not expensive. They're more of a statement piece. Not a statement piece like I got on some Louis Vuitton or something like that. And more of just a statement piece like I'm out and my sneakers light up and it looks look at me, girl, I look cute. It's like, oh, that's fly, you know what I mean? Whatever. They cost $20, nobody cares. But I'm just saying, to me, inner city youth, especially black youth, where your sneakers are a status symbol.
Right.
And everyone knows that, you know, it's one thing if you get a pair of Chucks, you can get a pair of Chucks made for $25, $30. Maybe not even anymore that much. But still has a level of authenticity to it.
Let me ask you this.
As opposed to a Jordan or those other, like you said, higher end.
I feel you, and I think that's the main reason why they failed in the first place. I love where the thought was at. I love the mindset where they were at with it. Let me ask you this. Like I just said, they are planning to relaunch I think they're planning to relaunch the Starbury. They didn't put a timetable on, but they are going to relaunch in the U.S. eventually. Let me ask both of you, what will it take to change that mindset? Like, what will make them be successful? You're a marketing guy. You're in a boardroom. You're at the Starbury plant. And they're like, Derek, Mark, you're our lead PR team, Build and Destroy Marketing. We need you guys to come up with the campaign that's going to make this sneaker competitive with Air Jordan and the KD line and everything else at $20 a pair.
I'm going to tell you what it's going to take.
I know how I do.
They just got to be the hottest looking joints, period. They got to have the flavor of life. I mean, you know, sneakers are very trendy. Sneakers follow trends, and what one sneak takes on as far as characteristics and look, other sneakers follow. Where this sneaker is going to have to succeed is it can't just be a white sneak with the Starbury logo color. This sneak's got to be colorful, brash, bold, sharp looking, and not look cheap. Good materials, as best you can make for
Do you think
what's
that
going to cost to make
lighting
it.
gimmick will separate
That could help. That could help because it's going to be a youthful sneaker.
Because the shoe doesn't look
And
bad.
the kids themselves, it's
Did you
a
see 'em?
youthful sneak.
Not
I haven't seen it yet, baby. I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna show these to you.
I
But
think
go ahead,
along with looking hot, it cannot be a copy of another hot sneaker.
Definitely
A
still.
lot of
Definitely.
the off brands always try to take something of
Yeah.
that. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, he got the new. Oh no, they're the no. They're not the new. They're the no's. And it's like you kind of lose your.
If you love the Air Force One, you'll love
Yeah, exactly.
the
You can't.
Air Force
You can't
Two.
look like an Air Force One. You can't
That's
look
that's
like
usually
you
is the
can't
take.
look-
Right.
yeah.
I dig it.
But I think
dig
it's
it.
But to have that super hot look, like more so maybe a uniqueness to it than all along with being super hot, super dope, but it can't bite no other sneaker because it's not gonna work.
I agree. If you're gonna do it at that price point, if you're gonna make it affordable for kids, and you want it to compete and have its own cachet to it, it's got to stand by, like you said, it's got to stand alone. It can't be a knockoff Air Force. It can't be a knockoff Jordan, the same colorway. Yeah,
I don't think it would be. I mean, Steve Francis is in his own lane.
Right.
I mean, he's in his own lane, so I think he's going to make it specifically geared towards the not look there.
But we are talking about the Starberries, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I got images up right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you remember the first ones,
They
to
weren't.
be quite honest, they look cheap. They look like, and the Shacks.
They did.
The Shacks look.
The Shacks were terrible. The Shacks were worse than the Starbursts.
Yeah, I mean, Shaq was a huge figure, a huge name, and he wore them on the court,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't enough to propel him into the inner city. I mean, it's something about us as a people, man. We like the highness, we like the realness,
Yeah, of course, because that's a representation of status. And in this life, in the hoods we grow up in, a lot of times that's what separates you. We don't have much more to show than that. So if that's all we got to show, we're gonna show it right. You know what I mean? So,
Like those right there, I can't see them like 4 Thug Boys I saw on 52nd Street on the corner, standing there smoking an L with their sneakers.
Right.
Like I just don't, it don't float to me.
it might be a dead giveaway for the hustle. You can't hustle in the corner of your sneakers with them.
Yeah,
It's kind of like arrest me.
It's not gonna
It's like
work.
an arrest me sign.
Right. I still wonder how much light up sneakers, what kind of age demographic go to get anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
Most kids
most guys that have disposable income that are spending $150 or $200 of sneakers, they're not wearing lit up sneaks anyway. So, and I applaud Stephanos cats. They market those things to give kids who don't have the financial means to get the Jordans an opportunity to have quote unquote hot sneaks for a fraction of the price. So I always applaud that. Those are good buy there. Those are wearable. Those are wearable for kids. Yeah. These are
Let me ask you
wearable.
this.
Those are wearable.
Would Aeneas wear these? Your son Aeneas?
Quite
would they-
possibly, yeah. Quite possibly.
I would say.
If one kid in his school had them, I bet you my son probably would wear them.
Mm-hmm.
If one kid steps out and is willing to make that statement, I bet you
He'd have to
Aeneas
be a
would wear 'em.
popular kid.
Definitely.
He'd have to be a popular.
I've seen this
Yeah.
this representation of that shoe,
Uh-huh.
and it was, Here's the other thing that I think you guys gotta remember to factor in. If you're a dude, one of your driving forces is girls.
Mhm.
So if they're not cool with the girls, you're not getting them.
Mhm.
So it's like they're gonna have to be.
Absolutely.
They're gonna have to make a move with it where the girls are gonna be like, I mean, maybe they like the lights. And I go, who killed you? You got the lights, baby. Like, I don't know. So I mean, that's one thing I would say.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do. I'm really into marketing and PR and stuff, so I want to see how they approach this. I mean, because the innovativeness of that whole concept with the lighting controlled by an app and that's pretty
I
dope
like
to
it.
me. How can you make that work in the U.S.? A very competitive market, that has a lot of heat out there. But
You know what?
but the price point is appealing. But now you got to make the shoe just as appealing.
You know what I also think?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't attach Stephon Marbury's name to it.
You don't think so?
Nah, wow. Well, who's Stephon Marbury today?
Good question.
He's
What are you just gonna make the
he's a
sneak snoop? Just
I'm-
some random hot sneaks?
What-
I mean,
I know.
If you say some KDs I see are ugly, but they're KDs, and KD's the man. He's high. He's popping.
Right.
Go ask somebody who Stephon Marbury is. That's 30 years old.
You bring up a
I
good
mean-
point.
Google, YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Very easy to find out.
And who?
See
and,
the Chinese championships he's won over in China.
I gotta have him now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It means he means.
They erected a statue to this
Give him
man.
credit for that. Give him credit.
I
Don't
just-
just
No,
Listen.
we know who he is.
Listen.
I seen him in KG.
Can we
Do work.
talk to Stephon Marbury's legacy? This man was disgraced when he left the United States. When he got relegated to China, that was almost like getting sent to Siberia in NBA terms. He took that negative and flipped it. Because the last we saw Stephon Marbury, He was eating Vaseline and playing gospel music in the background with no shirt on.
And my memory is him being
He
assaulted.
had a nervous breakdown. Yeah.
And he came through in the playoffs and had some games.
Was that his last stop before he?
I think it may have been.
Nah, because he had a second run. Was that before or after the Knicks? Because he had a second run with the Knicks too.
I think the Celtics was his
After
last,
it might have been
his last memorable run.
It might have
of
been.
any consequence.
It might have been. It might have been. But like I said, he took that, what should have been the end, and he turned it into a huge. Not only did he win championships over there, he became beloved. Like I said, they erected a whole Stephon Marbury museum. This is on the same level as Jerry Lewis being considered a genius in Paris.
His name rings bells.
The line like that, like they showed that online. They had it live on YouTube in Beijing. I was up at like 3 something in the morning. It was like noon and I don't know the next day.
Right.
But the line was down the street. The girls were crying, taking
Yeah,
pictures.
screaming.
He came in, in a little what do you call it, Sprinter van.
Mm-hmm.
They started doors over there. They screamed. He's like, "Ni hao, ni hao,
Right,
ni hao,
right.
ni hao." He came in the door. You don't like my Chinese man?
It's just the imagery.
With his bald head and his Starberry logo on the side of his head. He had some Starberry gear on, looked dope. He sat in the joint and they brought their sneaks. He signed sneaks, he signed t-shirts, he signed baseball caps, he took photos. He is beloved over there.
But now you're
3 championships.
You're talking about bringing that to the U.S.
Well, let's not even get there first. But what I want to do before we do that, before we talk about bringing it to the U.S., let's juxtapose that situation, what he did. Now talk about your man we talked about earlier, Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson could still be thriving. They tried to send Allen Iverson overseas.
They sure did.
And what did he do? He slept in his hotel. He refused to leave his hotel room. Came late to shoot around in Greece. He took it as an insult. Couldn't adjust. Oh man, ain't nowhere here to eat.
Right.
They ain't got no Fridays here. You know what I mean? He just totally poo-pooed the whole situation. Stayed in his room, ate room service.
Could have ate large.
Yeah, ate large. He gained weight.
I'm sorry, he could have ate. I'm talking about playing wise, David. I'm talking about career wise.
Again, you don't realize, he doesn't even realize how big he is in the planet. AI could go to New Guinea and they would know who he was. If there's a basketball court in New Guinea and he was there, they'd be like, AI.
Oh, answer.
The answer. You know what I mean? So he could have been bigger than Stephon Marbury because he's AI. But he didn't embrace the change. He's just AI being AI. Marbury changed.
Great point.
Marbury changed and Marbury is reaping the benefits. And I tell you what, Stu, they did a pre-thing. This must have been from your arm of the marketing thing. They did a pre-thing to re-indoctrinate people to the Marbury brand. He went to Coney Island, his home stomping grounds, on the 4th of July at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest and laid out a whole table full of Starburys and invited people to take a pair and try them on and give them to a friend and talk, talk it up.
Right.
That's great. That's great marketing right there.
Love it.
And he said, "We'll be back. Check these out. Get them out. Try them on. Play ball in them. I guarantee you'll like them. We'll be back."
Have you ever seen somebody with a pair of Jordans on that you didn't like?
Yeah, I was going to say there's bad Jordans.
Jordans.
There's tons of Jordan line.
But they're Jordan.
But they're Jordan.
So
But they
you
still
can't be
corny
like-
as hell.
They may be corny, but you
Corny
be
as
like,
hell.
if you try to come to somebody and be like, but I'm saying something, Jordan.
But that's just that cornball mentality a lot of black folks have.
Exactly.
We're just so brand centric.
You're right.
And it's like, really, that those sneaks are awful, yo.
Mhm.
But
They're
because
awful.
you think they're hot. That's when a lot of our clothing
Sometimes I
and
think-
merchandise and just
Yeah.
gear that folks wear, some of that stuff like Coogee sweaters and stuff like that. Those weren't aesthetically pleasing. A lot of that gear was hideous. But
Coogee-
because it was hot,
Coogie's back though.
yeah, I know Coogie's
Your man
back.
David
You're right,
John
yeah, you can't
bought
take Coogie's
the
back.
Coogee brand.
His brand
The Coogee
back.
and it had some nice pieces.
Okay.
I would actually wear
And I didn't say all. Yeah, I'm not saying all
Yeah.
because there's some nice.
The new
but just
Coogee, the new
in
Coogee.
general, just speaks to the
Yeah.
way we think about clothing and
Right,
how we market
right,
ourselves and the things that we think are.
Right. But Snoop, I think you touched on the end with the marketing in regards to stuff. You talked about how there's some whack Jordan brands. And you know what the difference is between a whack Jordan brand and the Starberry line coming in? You still spending $60 to $70 for that whack Jordan. You can get a better looking pair of Starberries and be looking fresh for $20. That's a sell.
If it's
It's a hard sell.
what I'm
It's a hard
saying
sell.
is,
It's a hard
what
sell.
I'm saying is, if you attach the name Stephon Marbury to it, and your target is Aeneas and Marquise, they have no idea. And if they Google him, they still won't have any idea or won't care who he is
How do you
because
bridge
they're
that gap?
seeing Steph Curry, they're seeing KD, they're seeing LeBron James, and they're going to want those sneakers whether they're hot or not.
The lights aren't enough.
Kyrie,
But
and if they're hot, and if this is what I'm trying, if the girls, if they're in high school and the girls are like, if they go to high school and somebody says the girl clowns them in front of the class, they're done. They're done.
All it takes is one
Dad,
dish.
why'd you give me these Stephon Marbury? He was good, man, with the Timberwolves and KG, and it's like, Dad.
They don't even
I
watch
don't-
games,
yeah,
much
like-
less know who people are.
I don't even know who the Timberwolves are.
Exactly. They don't even.
But still, you know, could you say that about anything kids like?
Yeah.
Kids like
Of
Stan
course.
Smiths and Chuck Taylors, and they never heard it. Remember some dude tell you
Of
Chuck
course.
Taylor is.
But they have a legacy. That's
Shelter.
I'm saying you're trying to bring in. You're trying to start a legacy.
But the legacy's not
good
what
point.
sells the gear. The fact that the kids are wearing it. So, like to David's point, if you can get the kids to wear it and say that it's hot enough, or some girls, then Steph's are going to
If-
sell. It's just that simple.
if-
Who cares who Steph is? If the sneaks are hot and they sell, that's what kids are into. They same things with retro things we talked about yesterday. Things that they grab to retroactively. They don't know or care who those people are. It's just hot to them. To them, it's just hot.
Right.
That's the way kids think.
My
So
point
you would
is,
say the
if
same
your
thing.
marketing plan is to use Stephon Marbury as a catch, I don't think that's a catch.
That's a fair point.
It's not a catch to me. I mean, I know who Stephon Marbury was. I thought he was a decent player. He had his moment, but I'm not like, yo, I need some Stephon Marbury joints, unless they were absolutely hot.
Fair point.
And
Right.
but with the legacy of Stan Smiths and Chuck Taylors and Jordans, these things have been from the inception. They were hot, and they've been hot all the way
They built-
through.
they built that
and
brand,
as a child, when you're seeing people rocking them, and they're like, yo, they from back in the day, but they still hot. Shell Tops is a prime example. Shell Tops has been
Around forever.
my
Older than
little
us.
Nieces and nephews are wearing Shell Tops, and I'm like, you have no
idea.
idea about Shell Tops, but
You're right.
they've been hot since the inception. Stephon Marbury's were corny from the inception. Now you're trying to reinvent, and if you're like, yo, Aeneas Edger, I need you to rock these Stephon, and he's like, my son would be like, who? Like, what are you? I'm
But
like,
see, that's what
if they're hot, that's the trump card. If they're hot, but when you throw the name in, and if I say Stan Smith and try to market Stan Smith on, yo, he won all these major tournaments. That doesn't matter. I can't market Stan Smith on that. I can't market Rod Lavers on that. I can't market Chuck Taylor on what he did in the NBA. You can't do that.
It's what you said. I mean, those brands you're talking about stand on the legacy of the brand.
Yeah, and on the
That
brand,
on the
and,
brand.
and the legacy
And the
and
legacy.
the time put
Yeah,
in. It's
yeah.
not on the player or what they did.
No, it has nothing to do with
Yeah,
that.
'cause-
It just has to do with their OG sneaks. And kids identify OG, not just OG sneaks, they're OG Adidas.
So
they're OG Nikes.
The marketing dilemma they have with Stephon Marbury are
They have nothing to build. They don't have a brand.
They don't have. When Chuck Taylor's came out, Chuck Taylor was it.
Can I say this? I don't mean to cut you off, but we laugh at this whole concept of him reintroducing the sneak, but we laughed at another brand about 25 years ago. That brand was Under Armour.
Under Armour.
Nobody will ever wear these sneakers. No one ever wear this gear.
True.
Under Armour has the industry on lock. They're like the first company in ages that came in new, that's under 100 years old, that actually has put a dent into Nike and Adidas. So let's not totally poo-poo that concept. He has a shot, but it's got to be done masterfully.
That's why we need more adults asking kids, is this hot, rather than marketing to the fact that this is the rents. When I talk to Aeneas and we're sneak shopping, I say, Aeneas, these are hot. And I just try to get him to look aesthetically about what he may not have to get a history lesson on who makes the sneaks and what's there and who is that person and did you wear these back in the day, Dad, when you were a kid? When my son bought top 10s, I try to say, well, I talked about how hot they were in my day, and sometimes that can be a negative, but I spoke to specifically how the sneakers with John Blaze, they look great on his feet. They look awesome. You know, holding they're good looking sneaker even to this day. So we need more parents to get away from saying you gotta have the Durants or you gotta have the Bronze. Do you like these sneakers? That's where it's gonna come into, David. Do you like these sneakers? And they look good. The kids gotta care about more than they look, because a lot of kids don't have enough fashion sense. They wear what everyone else
don't.
wears.
They don't.
Simply because that's what, I mean, we all had, we were the same way as kids too, but I know we had a lot more individualism with what we chose
Our
as far as
sons are at the age where they're starting to develop their own style.
Starting to,
Yeah.
6th grade or something, you may not be that daring, or you may be maybe a pioneer.
Sure.
we're getting close to our time.
Let me just say this though, David, about Under Armour.
Right.
Don't forget that Under Armour came in as the leading moisture wicking under the clothes that you wore under your stuff, the sleeves, the compression shirts,
Right.
and then they entered in with sneakers. They
But
didn't come in and step the Nike with a sneaker.
Well,
They stepped the Nike with an alternative
And they-
sports apparel.
Well, let me correct you, because you're right about that to an extent. But they even had to make inroads on that, because people, when they didn't have the dry wicking stuff at first. They were just, regular sweats and stuff. And they had made no inroads. It's when they got that patent on that dry wicking, and when they introduced it, that's when they
So,
hit.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
don't-
and they built
don't
from
act
there.
like they came in
Oh, yeah.
through a sneaker
Completely
next to
flat.
Adidas. You said against Adidas
Right,
and Nike and
Right,
Puma.
right.
They didn't throw a shoe on the table.
No.
They came in and very
Quietly,
smart,
efficiently,
smart, efficient, covertly. They came in with an alternative, something to add to your
They had
Adidas and
a
Nikes.
supplement.
And then
yeah.
once
There
that
you go.
once when you stepped
And
on a
it-
court or a field and you had that Under Armour badge showing
Mhm.
under your joint, you was like, "Woo!" He said, like,
He's
a
official.
ball.
He's a ball.
And
Right,
then
right,
you
right.
added. Then when you matched it with a sneaker after a certain period, it was like, "Yo."
Well, that period,
Be
Big,
nice. Be nice.
that period was the trial and error, because they missed on a number of lines before they finally hit, and it took the star power of Steph Curry to legitimize the footwear. So that just happened about 2 to 3 years ago. They started.
They
You
were
know
nice
what?
for cleats.
You know what?
They were nice for
Well,
basketball.
let me correct.
They were nice
for
for cleats.
basketball.
Let me correct. Their
football
they first started making noise. Like you said, they transitioned with Ray Lewis with the gear to the athletic shoes. Okay, then they went from Ray Lewis and they got Brandon Jennings. He's the first one in a basketball shoe that made people take notice a little bit. Then from Brandon Jennings, then it went to Steph Curry. But let me give you this last thing, and I think Stephon Marbury's final salvation will be the same thing where he made inroads over in China. Last I checked, there were about roughly such and such 100 million Chinese people or Asian descent in America. So maybe he needs to touch them. They know who
That's
he
a good
is.
marketing
They know his
ploy.
star power, and maybe they can build out
That's a
from
good
there.
marketing
Because
ploy.
Asians have a lot of swag.
Good point.
So maybe that's.
But how do you just touch them? But you gotta have Asian
be
boy.
like
You know what I'm
Kanye?
saying? You gotta
You be like
yeah,
Kanye?
right. Only
Have
Asian.
Asian cats.
I give you one name, Jeremy Lin.
Right. Okay.
You never know. I don't know.
Yeah. You can get him.
Jeremy
Fair
Lin.
enough.
You can get Linsanity to wear you stuff. That has some weight. Okay, we gotta check out. Guys, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. This is the Build and Destroy Radio Show. We have another show coming up behind us. Make sure y'all hang out for G is going to come on air. So we thank Ustream.tv, search Build and Destroy Radio. This is the Build and Destroy Radio Show. Check us out 3 times dope tomorrow. Breaking Change Radio 7 to 9. Download the Breaking Change app on TuneIn. Download the TuneIn app and you can bring up Breaking Change Radio. All right. Good night, everybody. Remember one thing. Everything you do in the coming week leading up to the next 3 times dope experience, you always got to do one thing. Build and destroy. Good night, Philly. I must say, for a ragtag show, that's one of the better ones.
Nephew, don't you ever.
Don't ever
Number
what?
one, let me tell you something.
Don't ever
I
what?
understand about shoving tickets down people's throats and demanding
Hold
money.
on, I can't speak.
Number
It's
one.
still.
Number one, let me tell you, I paid full price for those tickets.
I understand.
That's why at the last, I wasn't gonna ask y'all to pay